Good morning. I should be live now. I am about 10 minutes into the trading session. I had some whatever issues it was. I think it was because I was working all weekend, so I didn't turn off my system at all. And so whatever the reason. So here we are. It's a new week. It's Monday the 9th. I don't know if this rings a bell, but it does for me. And so that's why you're seeing, admittedly, some losing positions here. We are in the 72nd week. And I have begun to initiate some short positions for an expected turn. They are smaller positions, but if I do take something, then I'm going to have to press the hedging button that is available. So I'll show you what it would look like. Oh, one group. So if I trade anything here, then I will be pressing this button here or this button here. Means that I can be, if there was a long position that I wanted to take, I can still do that even though I'm running longer term short positions. Okay? So the FTSE has issued the first bar was positive. So if we trade below the low, which comes in at 8,328, that means a tick down to 8,327 would have me short. Just so that there's full transparency. When I trade a cycle turn, which I'm hoping this will be, I decide in advance what is my first position going to be like. So let's say that it was 50 lots, 50 units, whatever you want to call it. Because I'm trading something which has the idea of being a longer term position, I am not going to go all in on 50 lots at one price level. So what I do is I tend to split it up into about 10 portions, and that is perhaps that one time when I will add to a quote-unquote losing position. As you can see I've done here, I initiated my first short on Friday in the DAX at 2384, and I sold a little bit more. Right now, my short position in the DAX is just 1/10 of a normal position, just 1/10. And the idea is to either add to the winner, or at times when my read of the market, of the chart, tells me to add to a loser. It's not something I would engage in during day trading. Stand by for a long position in the FTSE, please. Try to get that low down there, the low of the body. I'm long from 34. Just gonna have to put in a stop loss. So what I'm doing is essentially just trying to buy the low end of the range in what seems to be an opening range bound. Get rid of that. Okay, so stand by because I actually got a sell signal now on the first bar positive in the FTSE. I'm closing my FTSE short. I'm shorting at 29. So the first bar in the FTSE was positive, so I'm selling short below this position here at 8,329.5. Stop loss currently is 8,344.5. Sorry, I didn't close it at 28. I closed it at 26.7. I'm just going to amend that. Coming up to the school run. I may actually take aggressive school run at 401. Please stand by. shorting the DAX here at 400. So an aggressive school run. Buyers are coming in under the lows. It's always a risk, but it's a pretty negative open. I know it's a gap up, but there haven't been any buyers. So school run will trigger at 395, although I'm already short at 400. My stop loss in the FTSE is at 44. I could see myself adding to the DAX here if we broke below 400. Still fighting within that range of the second 15-minute bar. So the normal school run will trigger a long. About 28. So I think I'll probably move my stop loss to 28 as well. the 5-minute bar tells a good story of a market holding on to the 400 area. I see that Iman has posted a new video over the weekend. It suggests that one of the YouTube sensations is a former drug dealer. I mean, I think that's a perfectly plausible career transition. Yeah, I got arrested for running a marijuana cocaine ring in 2020 or 21, and do you know what? I'm going to be a trader instead. Yeah, so I said, perfectly plausible. That's slow, huh? Just looking at the FTSE. Got very close to being stopped out. But it was spared. Yeah, he was a cocaine dealer who went from being arrested to building a pot of money to trade with and made 600,000 in profit. Damn. By the way, I know I haven't been in the best of mood. That's because I'm losing. Otherwise, I would have played a prank with you with the whole last Christmas. But, fret not. Talking of Christmas, I am probably going to stop streaming. I didn't mean right this very second, but I'm probably going to stop streaming relatively soon, whether today or tomorrow or the end of the week. I haven't quite decided yet, but I just want to take some time out and work behind the scenes. If you don't mind, I'd love to share with you some of the work that I've been doing. See if I can do that. You should be able to see that now. Just want to double check. So, anyway, so I had this idea that, sorry, I need to also keep an eye on the markets. But I had this idea, is there any difference between the trading days? There are some people who say that the market is split into daily cycles. So I decided over the weekend, because that's what you do in your weekends, isn't it? Oh, there we go. I want to look at every single Tuesday in the FTSE. So I started with the Tuesday, the 9th of Jan. And let me just see what my notes said. One sec. So on a Tuesday, I had this idea that I'm still just going to keep an eye on the market while we are doing this. I guess I just want to, I don't know, feel like sharing with you some of the work that I'm doing behind the scenes. So I had this idea that we often look at the markets in a very schematic point of view that has been sort of passed down to us. So we'll look at a 5-minute chart, or we'll look at a 10-minute chart, and so forth. But what if we turned that on its head and we thought more laterally about it? So what if we said, all right, we're going to look at a 10-minute bar, but we're going to displace it, meaning that we won't take the 10-minute bar that goes from, say, 8 a.m. until 8:10 a.m. Instead, we'll look at the 10-minute bar that goes from 8:05 to 8:15. And I thought to myself, anyway, so I went through the data and I thought, oh, wow, you know what? If I sold short on a break or bought, it actually works really well. I just want to show you that it actually works really well. So here's the low and there's the high, because this is the, okay, fine. You wouldn't have been in any major trouble. So this is the following Tuesday, the 16th. Okay, and again, and again. So it's this one here and this one here. So this is basically the range from 5 minutes past to 15 minutes past. So you would be long above. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, I've just drawn in for 4 samples, and it works really well. So of course, so now I'm thinking, is this just Tuesdays? So now I have to expand my, that's why I think I had some problems with my software this morning, because I had actually not turned my computer off for the entire 72 hours. I am keeping an eye on the market, don't worry. Anyway, so you're probably sitting there thinking, oh, this is quite exciting. Well, maybe you're not. I don't know who you are, of course. But if you're anything like me and you like to make money trading and you discover something new, you're thinking, this could be something. But as it often is with the market, it can be a pain in the butt. So I'll just want to show you a few more data, and then you can begin to either curtail your excitement or be excited. And you know, it's not exactly massive amounts that we are talking about here, but you know, 10 points. So it's these 2 bars here. But this fairy tale story does come crashing down momentarily, so you know. All right, I guess you could say that you would have been spared on that one. So yeah, so far we have had about 10 weeks where that worked really well. Couldn't tell you how it does on a Monday or on a Wednesday, but I will after Christmas. Anyway, as I said, here comes the bugger. So if you bought up here, not quite working. If you sold down here, well, no, not really. So if you ever see me out and about in the streets of wherever I am, it's probably because I'm out walking off my frustration from my research. Anyway, but so yeah, I test these things manually. I frequently get asked, how do you get your ideas? Well, I don't know, just curiosity, going, is there something special about Tuesdays? You know how the whole Monday, Tuesday, lower high, you know, Thursday, Friday, Monday pattern? That's just, I'm not trying to paint myself in a special light. I'm just saying it just comes from curiosity. So yeah, it would have worked pretty well here. And one thing I noticed about the FTSE on whether it was gap up or gap down is it was trying to find a high or a low relatively quickly within the first hour. But that's sort of in line with Al Brooks's hypothesis that within the first 90% within the first 90 minutes of trading, the market tends to find a high or a low. This is kind of old news. There's nothing majorly earth-shaking about that. So here we are. If you traded this from January, now we're in April, I don't think you would have been overly disappointed. I think you would have had many, sorry, lost my mouse, there we go. You would have many positive surprises. But then you get days like this, big gap down. And this most certainly is not working. So you write in your note, maybe this is one of those that shouldn't be traded on a huge gap down. Maybe. And then significant gap up. These two here. Suppose you could argue that if you used the flip the switch, you would have been okay. Just flipping the switch is not for everybody though. Flip the switch means that you've gone from being long to being short. This trade here would have worked quite well. So just so you're clear, it's this bar here. I'm just showing you some of the research that I've done over the weekend. And then you get days like this, which while you are not exactly losing, you are subjecting yourself to a long sideways, and then the market finally comes good. So as strategies go, perhaps not the worst one. Terrific Tuesday. Did I miss that one? Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I did draw that one. Also, I need you to be mindful of this. You see this bar here? Well, I use a research charting package called eSignal. See, it's down there. eSignal. I use their legacy package, but you cannot trust the first 5 minutes. The way that eSignal treats the first 5 minutes is unlike what it does in other charting packages. So I'm highly suspicious of that. But you would have been triggered short down here. That's it. That's how far I got. Because I'm doing this manually. I thought that thought you'd be interested in that. Or not, I don't know. But there you have it. I subjected you to it anyway. So the idea that I have for myself is to take a break here in December. Maybe just enjoy the festivities a little bit. There we go. Finally seeing a break in the DAX. So the school run has triggered at 95. I didn't get a short in at 95. I was talking to you, but maybe I will now. FTSE is not really doing much. That was a short-lived break, huh? Oops, sorry. I meant to say 410. Do you think we're going to get a break? Okay, that's nice. I'll show you the daily chart. I'm closing half my DAX here at 87. Just because it's so quiet. And then I'm moving a stop loss to 400. So it should look like this now. Ignore these are my own positions. Yes, I know it's a little bit confusing, but that's because we are in a window of a potential major turn. Someone asked me about that. I will see if I can find that YouTube video. TraderTom, 500-day cycle, YouTube. See, if I had Lenny, he would know exactly. Which video that was. But Lenny, he would know exactly which one it is. But anyway, I'm posting it in YouTube. Ooh, I got 178,000 subscribers. Cool. Must be 178,000 wanting a good laugh. I'm just trying to find the 500-day cycle. I just seen an interview with me when I worked in the city. God, I look so young. Anyway, can't find it. Oh, Rich Man's Panic. That could be it. Yeah, brave is the man who that talks about the end of a phenomenal bull market. So, but my DAX position is actually doing okay. Maybe we should just let that run, huh? Or maybe I should just take 30 points on the second half. Closing the rest now. Here at 64. FTSE, unfortunately, is not as kind. Those positions here are my attempt to run a swing. So please just ignore me. Okay. think I'll call it a morning. Got someone taking a stab at me now for not trading like I talk about in my book, Best Loser Wins. He's just thinking, wow, people have such tunnel vision of you. It's almost as if you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. So, what do I mean by that? Well, so Wednesday, I was short the Dow, and I had an open profit of just shy of £20,000 over 3 Dow positions. Now, anybody could say that, would you agree? But considering it was all captured on YouTube, it can be substantiated with the recording. And there I let a £20,000 winner go into a zero. Now, if I was an Arab oil sheik, then £20,000 would obviously be absolutely nothing. If I was a nurse working in a hospital somewhere in Europe, then that would amount to pretty much a year's salary, or close to. Okay, so it's about perspective. And I hold my hand up, didn't take profit, wanted to let it run, as I describe in the book. The following day, I do exactly the same, and this time I get a £28,000 profit. Then the following day, Friday, it happens again. But this time, doing exactly the same, I lose. So the moral of the story here is that there are times when you're reading the market and it is just so incredibly slow. As I feel Europe has been this morning, FTSE is without a doubt range bound. And DAX, well, let's just pragmatically look at the hourly DAX chart. We got a big pump and dump first thing Monday morning pre-market. Big candle up, and now a big candle down. And so this individual got very upset that I didn't let this position run. I didn't write the book to portray my trading skills. I wrote the book to portray the typical aspect of a retail trader and what to avoid. But you can't just run your positions indefinitely. You have to take profit at some point. So this gentleman is writing, it's unbelievable how you don't trade according to the bestseller wins. It's called Best Loser Wins, but anyway. Wasn't it about the ability to hold the winners for big profits and why normal can't do that? Do you meanwhile belong to normal thinkers, or was it in the book just marketing gag? Someone sent me a meme on Friday saying, life is too short, so perhaps I should stop arguing with stupid people on the internet. There's a lot of truth in that. I think I'll post this one because I think it's Okay, I'll take another. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this FTSE. Who knows? Maybe it'll suck itself out of this trading range. Thanks a lot for being here this morning. Sorry, did I? I think I just cut myself off here. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I will see you later. Bye-bye.